We all do it. Some view it as crude and distasteful. For most of us, it's a necessary evil, while for some others, it's a badge of honor.
It was me!
We're talking about the fantastic-gorical, fun frivolity, and flabbergasting phenomena of flatulence. In this video, we'll examine some things you may or may not know about air biscuits, bottom burps, or fanny flutters, including the health risks and benefits associated with the one-cheek squeaks, as well as the answer to the age-old question of who farts more, men or women. The word fart was first coined in 1632 and comes from the Old English word fjorten, which means to break wind or to send forth as wind from the anus. Even today in British slang, trump is a word for fart. As you may know, farting and belching are simply the acts of expelling gases that build up in the body from foods and drinks, or even swallowing air. Chewing gum, smoking, or using a straw to drink actually increases your air intake and helps to load more ammo in those chambers. Belching results if that gas is primarily in the stomach. Usually not as pungent, although depending on the individual, it does have an aroma all its own.
Excuse me, did something crawl down your throat and die?
It didn't die!
Farting results when those foods digest and the digestive gases such as hydrogen, methane, and carbon dioxide collect in the digestive tract. The sound of a fart is attributed to the vibrations of the rectum, which occur when releasing gas from the body.
Oh, somebody's stuffing a duck.
The volume of gas released and the tightness of the sphincter muscles each play a part in the sound effects. The tighter the anus, the louder the fart. Healthy adults pass gas between 10 and 25 times per day. If you're tooting more than that, it may be a sign of a health issue, so it's recommended that you see a doctor, if you can find one willing to get close enough for the examination. Interestingly, only about 1% of your farts actually smell. This might be the equivalent of shooting butt blanks 99% of the time. When they do smell, it's not just for the benefit of those who didn't hear it. The odoriferous bouquet of a fart is primarily due to the methane and hydrogen sulfide culprits and can be further exacerbated by an intolerance to gluten or lactose. And yes, people do have a much higher tolerance to the smell of their own farts.
Uh-oh, fart.
Yeah, Charlie Babbitt, I'll hold.
Fart.
Did you fart, Ray?
Fart.
Oh. How can you stand that?
I don't mind it.
How can you stand it?
Now, people often wonder if farting is unhealthy. Farting itself, if not excessive, is not only not unhealthy, but, and this is the big but, holding in your farts can be. Holding your farts in can cause bloating, indigestion, heartburn, gastronomical pain, and other problems, especially as you age. In the 1970s, experts found that a habit of holding in farts could be associated with the development of diverticulitis. This is the inflammation or swelling of pouches that form along the digestive tract. Diverticulitis can be severe and can cause infection if left untreated. Have you ever thought that you were alone and let one rip before checking for witnesses? You might actually be doing them a favor.
You guys meet? Greg, Janice?
We sure did.
Although I wouldn't hold my breath waiting for appreciation.
You feel it?
I felt it.
All right, Janice.
But strangely enough, inhaling a fart is actually healthy for you, while inhaling aerosol spray deodorizers to cover it up are quite harmful to the body. Yes, you heard correctly. Let's say you're in bed and your partner cuts a particularly vicious one. Or worse yet, traps you in the infamous Dutch oven. A couple of things may result: fleeing for safer grounds or a vicious fart fight. But recent research suggests that hydrogen sulfide, one of the major components of smelling gas, that's the one that gives it that rotten egg smell, might provide some health benefits in humans, from preventing heart disease to kidney failure. So, you're welcome. Farting occurs at all ages, whether you're an adult, teen, preschooler, or even a baby. If you can digest food or swallow air, you can and will fart. Generally, people do fart more as they age.
Don't want to know the truth.
Not part of that.
I will ask that he be disciplined for that. First of all,
But with a good reason.
hold on.
As you get older, you're more likely to take medications, gain weight, become lactose intolerant, and have other issues that lead to an increase in gas. Your sphincter also weakens as you get older, making it harder to control those accidental farts. Yeah, let's call them accidents. When you think of foods that increase flatulence, beans are usually the ones that come to mind. And yes, beans and lentils are good culprits for increasing productions in the fart factory. But you could also blame asparagus, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and other vegetables assisting with the fast breaks, as well as artichokes, onions, pears, wheat, and fizzy soft drinks. Now, if you prefer quality over quantity, some foods will make your farts smell worse. When you eat sulfur-rich foods like eggs and meat, your farts will smell worse because those foods break down and create hydrogen sulfide.
How about some more beans, Mr. Taggart? I'd say you've had enough.
By the way, did you know that soaking beans in water overnight reduces their fart potency and actually gives them more flavor? This has been long debated, and there have been many actual studies blaming either side for the honor. The truth is, both men and women produce the same amount of flatulence, but men will rip one off more often for several reasons. One, men tend to eat faster, thus swallowing more air, and generally when they have to do it, men are less embarrassed and have little desire to hold it in. However, even when they eat the same foods, women's farts tend to be smellier. This is due to a higher sulfide content.
The little stoner was right. Jesus.
Is it an urban legend, or can you really light your fart? Now, for any adolescent who has actually tried this, they know, yes, farts can explode. As ridiculous as it seems, when someone sets their farts on fire in those wildly popular comedy flicks, it's based on truth. Your farts really are flammable. Two chemicals in farts, methane and hydrogen, are what makes your farts flammable. However, to do it properly, you must remove all obstructions from the source. In other words, take off your pants and undies, which does increase the risk of severe burns and also increase the risk of setting your house on fire. Oddly, those things have happened. So even though it's possible, it's really not recommended, as this has caused disasters in the past. Hopefully, we have shed some light on something many would rather not speak of, at least not verbally, even when they are the ones to blame. But if you do find yourself in a dilemma about this, just remember the old saying, "'Tis better to fart and bear the shame than hold it in and burst a vein." If you like this video, please check out some of the others I have on my channel, and also subscribe where you'll be notified whenever I post new content. Oh, and don't forget to hit the like button, and you're welcome to leave a comment anytime you so desire.